Okay, welcome back. We're on platform 1.
Bars loaded, platform 2.
And we're going to be covering a sub-junior women 57 to 63. And with me, the champ, Clifton Foe from Canada. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Clifton.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. So we're going to start the day off. Mizuki from Japan with 50 kilo opener.
Platform 1 lift is good.
Looks like easy depth. Now, when you're picking your openers, Clifton, how close to your max do you generally like to go? Do you just want a number on the board?
What I generally tell myself is I want to hit something that I could hit on any given day in the middle of the night if you woke me up. I can do for at least 3 times.
Yeah. So you don't want it so light that it's a throwaway, but you also don't want to expend too much gas.
Yeah, the opener just gets you on the board, and it's
all
about building your total.
And do you make big jumps from second to third?
Usually.
Yeah.
Depending on the lift.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I got a feeling the deadlift might be that one.
Oh, yeah.
And for anybody who had seen it, Clifton, was this a 66 kilo class that you had won, Clifton?
Yeah.
With the very last deadlift, pulled it out with the world record.
Yes, sir.
And Veronica from the Czech with 80 kilo getting loaded on the bar. And that's deep.
And the referees say, thumbs up. Good lift. 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
Can't complain with that.
Take the bar to 100 kilos. Potential.
And we're not really looking to see too much fireworks when it comes to the openers. Everybody's trying to get on the board, although sometimes there is that odd lifter who's going to miss their opener. Whether it's a missed groove or things can go haywire if you're cutting weight. Now, do you cut a lot of weight?
Sometimes. I usually weigh in way lighter, so I do cut
You do water loading? Or?
Yeah, water loading for the most part.
On deck is Canada.
Here is 100 kilo on the bar for Teko from Georgia. Somewhat borderline. What do you think, champ?
And
no think it's good?
She's high.
Not today.
Oh, well, you owe me a coffee.
Okay. No, honestly, I wasn't looking very well.
Oh, that was off the record.
I just don't want her watching this and going like, man, that Clifton guy's a dick, you know?
That's right, that's
give
right.
me a red light.
Yeah, he's giving red lights left, right, and center. Toughest ref in the game is in the commentary booth.
USA.
Now, Exner from the U.S.
Alexandra Hill.
105 kilo on the bar.
Michaela Exner, USA. And that's a good lift for Michaela.
I think she might get the 3 white lights. And we had already said, you know, when you miss your opener, you have a tough decision to make. Do you if you ever miss your opener, I don't know if you ever have, do you retake that weight or do you move up in weight if it wasn't a strength issue?
I think it really depends on your positioning on the lift. If it's a squat, I'd better be safe than sorry, because the squat sets the tone for the rest of the meet.
Yeah.
And you'd really want to get yourself on the board before you do anything too reckless. Yeah.
Now Lucy from Great Britain. Whoa, a little stumble there. I don't know if we'll have a slow-mo replay.
She jerked the rack on the way on her walkout, so that might have messed her up a little bit there.
You got to take your time with the setup. There's a little replay, your compatriot from last night. Yeah, if you missed it. That was a dramatic, just like you. We had back-to-back deadlift wins.
Yeah.
Canada getting 2 world champions in the last deadlift with 2 world record deadlifts. Pretty dramatic stuff.
Doesn't get any more dramatic.
No, man, that's what movies are made of. So Alina from Russia
Loaded on 1, Hannah Chan, Great Britain.
Yeah, depth looks there. That's what an opener should look like. Nice, smooth, easy.
And it's a good lift.
And no questions there. Do you get fired up for your openers, or do you save that energy?
I actually
It's a long day.
don't really get fired up.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you fired up for that world record deadlift to pull out the world championship?
To be honest, the only thing I can't control is I just keep laughing and smiling when I
Really,
go for the
really?
lift. Yeah.
So you never feel that? You must feel the adrenaline.
Oh, I feel the crowd.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
everything, but I don't slap myself or sniff any ammonia or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Can't say I have, but
Yeah. 110 kilo on the bar.
oh, that was
Lifter
deep.
from the Ukraine. Leaving no questions on depth.
Anna Elizarova. Good lift on 2, Russia.
So, we had 2 lifters not miss their openers.
1 kilo.
One lifter decided to move up in weight regardless. The other lifter's going to take the same weight. Kind of what we touched up on. Which way do you go if you miss your opening lift? And see how they decided to swing it.
Yeah, I guess you got both sides of the table here.
You got both sides of the table.
Squat loaded on 2. Squat on 1 is good.
Olha from the Ukraine, 120 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Load the bar for Satu. Powerlifting, Finland. Bars loaded on 1.
Looks deep from this angle.
5 kilos.
Agreed.
Finland. Platform 1.
Yeah,
Platform
3
Three
two,
white lights,
good
the
lift
judges agree.
for Heidi Lipanen from Finland. 120 kilos.
Now, taking a look ahead at the projected totals, if they are to be believed, I mean, a lot of things can happen in a deadlift event. Some people like to open light and make huge jumps in the deadlift, and we've seen that with yourself in a couple other situations. But it looks like we might have a battle for gold, possibly a battle for, if you take a look there, the projected totals. There's a lot of lifting to do, a lot of shaking up can happen in the rankings. And the Finn lifter, nice smooth opener, gets on the board. 3 white lights.
Good lift on 2. Bar goes to 100.
Shoko from Japan, 135 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Lift is good on 1, 3 white lights. Coached by Mark.
This will be the biggest opener of the 57
Rachel
kilo
Jones,
class,
Australian
sub-junior
bar
women's.
loaded on 2. 145 kilos being loaded to the bar on 1. For Rachel Jones.
And it looks like she's got a nice 15 kilogram gap between her and the next highest opener.
There's a couple.
You see some of these lifters actually open a lot closer to their limit, so it's deceiving when you see the big openers lined up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's deep. It actually looks pretty controlled, eh?
Good lift
Almost
on
like it was
2.
tempoed on the way up.
Slow, but very smooth.
I don't know if it was because the weight was a little heavy, or if it was just she's under complete control of it.
Maybe that's just the way she squats, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's overly stressed about it. Mizuki from Japan, a 10 kilo jump. $60 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Bars loaded on 1. Bar loaded on 2. Megan Light, Republic of South Africa.
Now, 10 kilo jump in the 57 kilo class. It's a decent jump. Oh, and that's depth. That should be depth. And again, that moves almost like an opener. What do you think? probably
Yeah,
good for another 10
pretty easy,
kilos.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Take the bar to 85 kilos. No lift on platform 1. Veronica Opacinska from
It's deep.
Czechia, 85 kilos.
And Veronica from the Czech
Platform 1, 122.5 kilos.
taking
Bar
a
two.
85 kilo second attempt. 5 kilo jump from her opener.
Loaded on
No
one.
major struggles.
Mata, Finland.
I've got no say when I'm talking this.
Platform 2 is sub-juniors.
And that also moves like it's an opener. Plenty left in the tank for Veronica. 3 white lights, the judges agree.
Lift is good for Finland, platform 1.
Take another shot at this.
Platform 2, take the bar to
Now you don't want to go
105.
too deep. You just want to hit just enough. Don't expend too much
Loaded
energy.
on one. Great
And
lift.
here is the Georgian lifter who had missed her opener and decided to move up 5 kilo regardless.
5 on the bar.
Yeah, we'll
Now-
see if she gets this.
Yeah, it wasn't from a lack of strength that she missed her opener. And if she misses this, she's really going to have painted herself into a corner. That's plenty deep. There you go, and that should be good.
Good lift on 2.
3 white lights.
Bar goes to 107.
Risky move, but it paid off.
Lucy Robinson.
Yeah, that's exactly
Good
it.
on 1.
Big risk, big reward, puts another 5 kilo towards her total. Because if she had taken that opening weight again, it set her back in the game playing 5 kilo. Then she's got to decide that she jumped to that third attempt. That was probably 50-50 whether she gets it. Lucy Robinson also missed her opener, and it looked like it was, what do you think, a balance issue? Or
Yeah, she hit the rack pretty hard, I believe.
oh, the depth is there? Wow, okay.
No lift on 2.
Wow, what happened there?
Was high.
Is that on depth?
That was
Yeah.
high. Did you think that was high? Let me take a look at that replay.
I think that was pretty spot on.
I
but
thought, well, let's,
sometimes the judges see it differently, right?
yeah. They are closer. Here, we got a replay here. No, that's okay. Yeah, well, I mean, take the judge's word for it. They are a little closer. Now, she is in a little bit of a situation here. Missed her first. It doesn't look like it's very heavy for her.
And coached by Chris A., coach of the USA Powerlifting National Team. Chris A.
5 kilo jump for Exner from US.
Loaded on 1, Satu Filavas. And Michaela gets a good lift, 2 to 1.
Just on that borderline.
Good lift, 2 to 1.
A good lift's a good lift.
Yeah, you take it. The judges are starting to look at that depth now. Take a look here. You know, and sometimes one hip rests higher than the other, so one judge will pass it, the other judge won't.
Bar goes to 115, bar loaded on 2.
Katerina from the Ukraine, a 5 kilo jump. 115 kilo being loaded on the bar for Katerina.
Bars loaded for Canada, Alexandra Stolalka.
And that's deep. Knees come in a little bit.
Good lift on 2. Bar goes to 117.
Now, some of these sessions we've seen, some of the lifters, they keep their feet a little closer. When they get that sticking point, their knees come in and even touch in the middle when they're really struggling.
130 kilos on the bar for Stolalka.
Makes it a lot harder to grind out
Bar
the
loaded
weights.
on 2. Alina Sarcheva, Russia.
Alina Sarcheva from Russia, a 7.5 kilo increase from her opener. It's deep. A little bit of work.
3 white lights, lift is good.
Still got a lot of
Good
gas
on
left
2
in the tank.
For Alina. Bar goes to 125 for Heidi Lipponen from Finland.
Never gets pulled out of position.
Loaded for Gabrielle.
Now, Haney from Finland, 5 kilo increase.
Coached by Kamisi.
Lippanen.
Romani, Coach Bar ordered on 2, Kamisi, South Beach, Florida, Miami.
And Haney is one of the medal favorites. So 5 kilo towards the total is really going to help.
Platform 1.
Tight grip, hands close to the shoulders. Oh no! You know, she's actually one of the favorites for the medal. That's 5 kilos she needs if she's going to get onto that platform. Sorry, podium. Take another look here.
Very deep.
Yeah, it was deep. You think it may be too deep? Or there is a point of no return.
Yeah.
Some lifters like to get that little bit of a recoil at the bottom.
On 1. Hannah Chan.
Ola from the Ukraine. 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. And this would help her nudge past the Finn who had missed her lift.
Hannah, lift is good. 3 white lights, Great Britain.
Whoa, slows in the middle. No.
Lost their balance.
Yeah, just
No lift on
a
2.
little too much. Now, do you think that was a technical thing she could adjust and come back and hit it? Or do you think it's a strength issue?
I'd say she might have 50-50 shot on hitting it. Second
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It looked a little bit heavy, but
She just rocks back at the last second. It looked like she had the right bar path, but
maybe if she kept her weight more over her heels instead of driving
yeah.
all the way far back, she might have had it.
Yeah, you want to disperse your weight flat. Now, Shoko of Japan, 7.5 kilo jump.
Squatting with the racks in.
Lift is good on.
Now, what do you think the benefit that is for her?
A lot
The
of
bend in the
people
bar a
like
little?
squatting rack in because they don't hit the side of the rack when they walk out.
From Canada. Bars loaded, 132.5 kilos for Anna.
Deep, looks deep from that angle.
Just as smooth as the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Good lift on 2.
Looks like she's got a lot left in the tank. You know, you only got so many fights in you. And if you fight too much too early, you start emptying that gas tank.
70 kilos. For
You're right, another 10 kilo jump
Japan.
for the next lifter here.
There we go, another shot at that smooth squat. Now Mizuki from Japan, 10 kilo jump. A little fact here, the loaders and spotters are actually the Belarus military. Did you know that?
No lift.
No, I did not.
Yeah, they are. They had come in the first day, full military fatigues,
Wow.
wearing the IPF shirts now.
Bar loaded on
They
2.
came in and had a course on, you know, spotting and loading, going through all the paces.
Mizuki Tamiya from Japan on 2 at 70 kilos.
So needless to say, the security levels are high here. The military on the platform. There's 10 kilo. Wow! Handled a 10 kilo increase very well.
Lots more in the tank there. But she's happy with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, if nothing else, she'll have a lot left for the bench and deadlifts.
World record attempt, 338 pounds. Chips on the bar.
Some lifters like to take those big jumps.
Just shy of 3 times her body weight.
And Veronica from the Czech, taking a much more conservative 5 kilo jump. Do you like taking, when you take a big squat, if it's a huge jump, does it feel heavier when you get under that bar because you haven't felt that weight yet? Or what's your approach in terms of attempt selection?
I usually like to taper my my jumps, so I won't go heavier than my first to second will be heavier than my second to third.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ooh, bit of a
That's
pause
a bit
in
of,
the middle.
yeah, a little bit of a pause squat there, but
That's a good lift.
she locks out and gets 3 bites.
This is a relift.
But yeah, it definitely does feel heavier.
Lucy Robinson.
But I try not to think about it because you could feel heavy, but you might be able to squat it. If
Yeah.
the squat itself might feel really good.
Yeah, this is true.
Lucy, give down.
And it's a little late to be questioning yourself after you walk it out.
Exactly, you just got to do it.
Now, Lucy Robinson of Great Britain, third attempt at 107.5. She needs to hit this if she's going to stay in the competition.
Come on, Lucy.
Get behind her, everybody. Come on, Lucy. Oh.
That's depth, I think.
Look at Liv.
What do you think?
I think so. I think she's got it.
Rewinds, and she can breathe a sigh of relief. You know, it's not the opening she wanted, but at least she's staying in the game.
Lucy's good on platform.
Yeah, it's never fun to bum out of the meet.
No, especially at the world stage when the world's watching. And Teko from Georgia, 10-kilo jump.
Bar up 2 for Georgia. Teko. Ignasalili.
She's following herself.
Teko rebounded nicely from her opening miss.
All right, platform 1.
Oh, no, I don't know. Did she cut that depth?
It looked like it, but the camera switched. Yeah.
No lift on 2 for depth.
Depth being a little bit of an issue. Advances going
4 minutes on the clock.
1 for 3.
So Megan,
And Exner from the U.S. going to take a 5-kilo increase.
touch the bar. She's got a relift at the end of the round.
Take another look at this.
The next round. That means she gets a 4.
Yeah, the hips were a little high, yeah.
Anytime she wants.
And it didn't look like it was slow. It didn't look like strength was an issue, but maybe confidence with that weight.
115 kilo, 253 pounds.
Exner from the U.S. jumping 5 kilo. That's also going to be borderline, yeah.
Looking lift, and the referees say.
See what the refs say. Well, they were also mixed opinion, but yeah, she gets it. Throws her hands up. I'll take it. 2 whites is better than 2 reds. And she advances.
From Ukraine.
Yeah, it slows about midway, but she sticks it out.
Bar loaded up 2.
Now, Katrina from Ukraine taking a 5-kilo increase. And it looks like we have a cluster of these lifters all hovering around, if the projected totals are to be believed, there's a lot of lifting to go, around bronze medal position. And Katrina, whoa, see the knees come in there, but she sticks it out.
One more lift.
Katrina is definitely within grasp of a medal. If she could keep this pace, she went 3 for 3 in the squats. And Alina from Russia will attempt 122.5 kilo.
Saracheva, 122.
And Alina
bar loaded.
is one of the favorites for the gold medal.
3 minutes, Rodney. 3
5
minutes.
kilo is precious when she's looking to build that total. The Russian Alina and the Japanese lifter are the medal favorites for gold. The depth is there. It slows, but she looks like she gets it.
Good lift on 2. 2
2
to
of the
1.
3 judges agree.
Bar goes to 125 kilos for Heidi Lipponen from Finland.
Heini Lipponen
Bar
from
loaded on
Finland.
2.
Gonna take another run at 125
Heidi
kilo.
Lipponen from Finland at 125 kilos. No more changes for flight 2.
2
No
minutes.
more changes.
2 minutes, Rodney. 2 minutes.
Whoa, deep, and it slows midway. You see some of the squatters like to bomb that squat in there, get a little bounce from the bottom to create some momentum, but it only takes you so far until the weight comes on.
Yeah, she really dived
Bar goes to 125
She dive bombed that in, and the brakes came on quick once gravity set in.
from Ukraine. Bar loaded on 2.
Now Olha from the Ukraine gonna take another run at 120. There's a little look. You see the Japanese and the Russian neck and neck on the projected totals, 2.5 kilo away. So every 2.5 kilo is gonna count. Gonna have a battle for the gold. Now the Ukrainian. Taking another go at 127.5 kilo.
1 minute, Rodney. 1 minute.
No. Just a little too. Yeah, it's just a little too heavy. Sometimes it's not even a technical breakdown so much as it's too heavy. Yeah, another look there. Just wasn't going to happen today.
150 kilos.
Now Shoko from Japan, 7.5 kilo jump.
This is a big squat.
And Shoko is battling with the Russian to add these kilo. You had just seen the projected totals. 7.5 kilos really going to help her cause if she wants to build that total for the World Championship. Looks like her events are the squat event and the deadlift event. She's going to give a little ground in the bench press. So she needs to build in the squat and then come back and finish the job in the deads.
Easy walkout. Loaded, Catherine Smith.
Whoa, no. And that opens the door for the Russian to possibly move ahead in the lead.
Now we go to.
And that's where attempt selection is critical, because you're thinking 7.5 kilo could really help my total. But if you had pulled it back a little and just took the 5, maybe it was there. And you don't want to get too greedy.
Loaded on one, Mr. out of Finland.
Now Amelia Maycock, we're moving into the 63 kilo class, and Amelia Maycock from Great Britain, 80 kilo opener.
No lift on one. Kilos on 2 for Amelia Maycock.
High bar. Are you a high bar squatter or a low bar
Loaded
squatter?
on one, Kirsty Flores.
Gotta be low bar. How about you?
I'm team low bar too. I think it's much more common to see low bar at these championships.
Squat on 2.
It reduces the range of motion slightly for most people. So.
Yeah, it brings that bar a little closer to the hips, and I feel like it puts you in a position to fight a little more. But then you have the odd guy like a John Hack or whatever, who's actually a little bit high bar.
He's a bit of a mid bar.
He's a bit of a mid bar, yeah. There are people who kind of float in between and mix it up. Now Caitlin from South Africa, 100 kilo getting loaded on the bar. What do you think about that depth?
Borderline, but I think
I don't think, yeah.
No lift on 2.
I guess I like to think on the bright side, like the referee there.
Yeah,
That's 2 coffees now, eh?
That's 2 coffees, my friend. You're in the hole big time. You're gonna owe me a full-on steak dinner by the time we're done here. As Madonna would say, that was borderline. And
from Japan,
Misaki Akita from Japan, 105 kilo being loaded on the bar for her opener.
63 kilos, sub-juniors on platform 2.
All right, give her a round of applause. She'll get credit for her first 2 good ones. Kikos. Anna Schneider, Canada.
Oh, that looks a little high to me. And what do you say? This is the 3rd coffee deep. Oh, you didn't get your prediction out there in time.
I would have agreed for the record.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at this. High all day. Yeah. That's a gym squat. Delora from Lithuania, 110 kilo loaded on the bar. And we have 2 of the 3 openers so far not passing through.
Oh, she got a big smile on her face. She knows she got that one. And the lift is good. Platform 1. Load the bar up. Alexandra Stolnalka from Canada. Bars loaded. No more changes. Flight 2, platform 1. No more changes.
Plenty deep, no question on that depth.
Good, easy opener.
Yeah, and that was smooth. Didn't take much effort. It kind of rattles you when you walk in there with an opener, a weight you feel like should move just like she moved her opener. And it's slow, and it's harder than you expected, and you're like, this is going to be a long day.
Well, sometimes it might feel and look very different. So.
And that's 100% true, too. Yeah, you go back there, and you're like, whoa, that was heavy. Your coaches are like, hey, man, you moved it well. The bar speed was there. Anastasia from Kazakhstan, 112.5 kilo on the bar. That's deep.
That's that.
And good lift on 2.
2 weights.
Good lift on 2.
Lift on 1.
Bar goes to 115.
Alina Marquez from America, 115 kilo on the bar,
USA.
63 kilo sub-junior class. Yeah, looking ahead at the projected totals there, looks like we're going to have a bit of a battle for the gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, first and second are
Neck and neck nominations or based off their projected totals. Now, again, that's from their openers. Some people take big jumps.
She was high, 2-1.
Alina Marquez. Knees come in. Wow. That was a little tougher than you like to see for an opener.
she got the opener, so.
For Elena Marquez.
She got it. She's on the scorecard.
Come on
Now, either she's got some adjustments to make and she knows, or she's got to take a very small increase.
I think she should be safe. And
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to chip away 2.5 kilo at a time, just add.
You got to take what you have on a day.
That's exactly it. Forget what you've been doing in training. Take what you have on any given day. Now, Ragnar from Iceland, 115 kilo on the bar. Iceland, a nation with less than 500,000 people for population, but a strength nation nonetheless. Easy opener.
Ragnar gets 3 white lights.
The lift for Gabrielle Mamani has been overruled. It is a good lift for the USA. A good lift.
Yu Nomura from Japan. Bar goes to
Here's another look at
115.
Ragnar's
Bar
opener.
loaded on 2.
That's what you want your opener to look like. That's going to build your confidence and give you plenty of room to grow. You from Japan, 115 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Yu Nomura, Japan.
It's deep.
That's very deep.
And she sticks it out, yeah, leaving no questions asked about her depth. 3 white lights.
No lift.
Bar goes to 120. for
Sandra from Poland. Now, Sandra is one of the lifters that's in contention for a medal.
Soltachevska from Poland.
Obviously, first she's got to get on the board.
Bars loaded, platform 1, Rachel Jones. This is a
Go, Rachel.
junior world record attempt, platform 1.
Go, baby.
Junior.
Slow to stitch, but she finishes it. 3 white lights. Daria from the Ukraine. Here's another look.
Platform 1, the lift is down! A new junior world record!
Now, Daria from the Ukraine, opening with 132.5 kilos. And between the Ukrainian and the Polish lifter, who are going to squat back to back, based off of the projected totals, now this is only based off of their openers, they're looking to go neck to neck. What's really going to be telling is how they handle their openers. Some lifters open closer to the limit, and the projected totals can be deceiving. Some lifters leave a lot of space, and if she hits this like it is a true opener and has a lot left, she's definitely in contention for that gold medal. You know, when it comes to openers, some lifters don't take it nearly as seriously as the third attempt. Don't get all hyped up. Some lifters take every single attempt like it's their last of the day. Depth looks, well, that moved easy. So is it, and 3 whites. So clearly not the case that she's opening close to her limit.
Bar goes to 135 kilos for Ida Lee.
Lift is good on 1, loaded up for the next lifter.
Ida Lee's from Poland, opening with 135 kilo. And let's see if Ida from Poland moves her opener as easy as the Ukrainian did.
Bar loaded up 2 for Ida Lee from Polska.
Loaded on 1.
Pretty wide grip.
Up.
Oh, a little bit more of a struggle than the Ukrainian. But, you know, here's the deceiving part. Let's see what the judges say first off.
I don't know about that.
Really?
I think it's good, but
Good lift.
Yeah, it was borderline.
Lift is good, Era.
what's
And,
up so long? It's making me anxious.
Yeah, I know. There's a little bit of a dramatic pause on those lights. Let's take another look at this.
Is your lifter.
Yeah, that was pretty. She put it this way: she does not want to go any higher. The strike zone has been established. She's got to play within it now. Now that was a little slower than Ukrainian's opener, but some lifters always all their lifts look the same. All their lifts are a little slow, so it's not an indication of how hard it is. Everybody lifts a little differently. Amelia from Great Britain, 5 kilo being loaded on the bar. Look for her to try to keep her elbows down and not start floating back.
Nice fucking squat. Referees say yes, 3 white lights.
3 whites. We take another look at this slow-mo. You see the elbows briefly shoot back, and you see how it pitches her forward when it does happen.
It's like she gets the speed boost from it.
Yeah.
Bar loaded up 2.
Misaki from Japan.
Loaded on 1.
Taking another run at 105 kilo. Now, was this a depth issue?
This was the depth.
Okay.
She's
So if it's not a strength issue, she's just got to go deeper. Yeah, I think this was pretty high. It was not even a questionable call, I don't think.
yeah, even I got it right.
Yeah, even you were saying, yeah. And you're a very generous judge. She just has to sink it. She's very slow. Well, what do you think, champ?
No borderline, but I think they're gonna.
You know what? Like,
2-1 again. Yeah.
let's see if we get a replay.
Caitlin Pozan from Republic of South Africa on 2.
Loaded.
You know what? It's not the greatest angle to judge depth. It's tough when you're looking from dead on.
Come on, Kiwis, let me hear you.
But it was borderline. The judges agreed. They were mixed opinion as well. And Caitlin from South Africa is going to jump up 5 kilo. Oh, it's a fight, but she gets it.
the referees say 3 white lights for Caitlin.
And that's 5 more kilo for Caitlin.
This is good for lip brick. Bar goes to 117.5 for Anastasia Zerbina, Kazakhstan.
Now, Anastasia, we have 4 lifters very close in the projected totals. And Anastasia is one of them. All of them are going to be vying for a medal, but that's 4 lifters, and we only got 3 spots on the podium. So every kilo is going to count, and this is 5 kilos she can add to her total. 117.5 kilo loaded on the bar for a second attempt.
And the referees
Moved pretty well.
lift on 2.
3 white lights.
Elena Marquez is your next lifter. 117.5 on 2. Bar loaded on 2. Elena Marquez, USA.
Lena Marquez from the U.S.
Albanetto.
Just a 2.5 kilo jump from her opener. Now, it was Alina who we thought was a little close. It was a bit of a grinder for it to be her opening lift.
I believe so. It would explain the 2.5 kilos.
Yeah.
Normally you don't see such a small
That's
jump.
a small jump from an opener, too. Maybe from second to third. Holy smokes. And you know, this time she kept her knees out and it tracked over. No. Was it? Oh, it was Deb. You know, we were saying, I think the first one, knees came in and, you know, she's kind of lost a little bit of technique and is more of a grinder. She made the proper adjustments, but cut it a little bit too high. And that's another thing. You come into, your body goes into survival mode. When it starts getting heavy for you, you start towing that line, you naturally start squatting just a little bit heavier. Or higher, sorry. And Ragna from Iceland. 120 kilo getting loaded on the bar.
Loaded on 1, Foreign Lodi, Canada, 130 kilos.
It's deep. She sticks it out.
Bit of a fight, but
Yeah, it's
still a
work.
good lift.
It's work. 5 kilo towards her total. Iceland, a history of strength. I don't know if you watch Strongman at all, but I think they got like 5 World's Strongest Man champions, or 5 times it was them. And they're literally a nation with like less than 500,000 people.
Bar loaded on 2 for Delora, Rafanaski.
Delora from Lithuania. A 12.5 kilo jump.
This is a big jump.
Yeah, that shows a little confidence. Probably a weight that she's hit in the gym many times, so she's confident about it. That's the thing, if you get your opener in, you got some room to play, right?
1, Sophia Rudd, Ukraine, 135 kilos.
Now, what do you think about these, how far back her elbows are pointing? Does that, because it usually gets you pitched forward, but she handles it well. The bar path stays straight. Yeah, it works for her, that's it.
Can't say anything about it.
Proof is in the pudding.
You, Delora, Japan.
And she adds 12.5 kilo to her total.
2 reds.
Now, you from Japan, it's also in contention for a medal. And this is 10 kilos she can add to her total if she hits it.
2 for you, Delora.
Loaded on 1, Nakarevich, Belarus.
With these big jumps, it's big risk, big reward situation. You want to add to your total to get on that podium. But if you miss, whoa, no question on depth. Oh, and I think I might have jinxed her there.
For you.
But I was just about to say, if you miss 10 kilo and you would have had 5, that's 5 kilo that would have been towards your total. You want to get 10. Obviously, 10 would help the cause better, but if it's not within reason, you gave away the 5 you could have had, right? So it's hard to judge that. Sometimes the lifter is too emotionally attached, and it's kind of the coaching staff, but it's hard to say on that day.
Well,
You-
best she can do is just forget about it and keep going.
Yeah,
forward.
that's it. Now she's backed in the corner. She can't decrease the weight now,
0.5
so she's going to come back out and give it another go. Sandra from Poland, 127.5 kilo loaded on the bar. Sandra also in shot for a medal. See if she could jump ahead. The door swung open for her. She fights, but she gets it.
Good on one. Lights on two.
And that's 7.5 kilo for Sandra.
Side rep, lights.
Now the thing when you do miss a lift and you're grinding, and it's obviously for doing the RPE system, RP 11 because you failed it. How many times can you RP 11 a lift in a day and still have some juice in the tank for the deadlift event? Everybody's a little different.
Well, I think it really does depend.
Yeah.
Some people, all their lifts are RP11.
That-
and
you know what?
keep questioning, how are they keep
Yeah,
doing
how
this? Like,
you
this is
keep waiting
ridiculous.
from the fade. That's very well
Meanwhile,
said.
you have others that everything looks like RP7,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, they just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, the drop off is sudden. Yeah.
Lift is good
Daria
on
from
one.
Ukraine, 7.5 kilo increase.
140 kilos.
She's fired up.
Loaded on one. Jolien Dressen.
The Ukrainian very close. Definitely a gold medal contender,
Piotr.
but she needs these kilos.
Netherlands.
Oh, that looked high. What do you say?
That looked high.
Okay, he's on the record. I think that's the first high one you called. Whoa! Wow! Damn. Well, what do we know? That's why we're not judges. Let's take a look here.
Leeds from Polska.
Wow. Okay. You know what? Well, it is.
She got the lift. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what
We'll
it
leave
is.
at
It
that.
is what it is. Now, Ida Liz from Poland, 5 kilo jump.
Load the bar for Zoana.
And this is her main competition for that gold medal, although there's a lot of lifting left to do today. Anybody can catch up. As we've seen with yourself in the deadlift event, some people come out of nowhere.
63 kilo weight class. Her opening attempt, 147.5. Price loaded.
That's borderline. And, okay, she's going to finish the lift. Let's see what the judges say. We clearly can't. Okay. So,
We had a better angle there.
that was a much better angle to judge depth. That's true.
Download for third attempt.
Knew that was borderline, so that's 5 kilo that sets her back.
Amelia Baycock from Great Britain will be your lifter.
And it's going to be interesting if she decides retake that weight or add a little more. Now look at that, the Ukrainian is going for a world record.
She has the room to do so now.
She's got the room now, and you know what? 6 kilo jump isn't a massive jump. Okay, so that answers my question. The Polish lifter will retake that weight. It's one of those positions where do you retake that weight or move ahead because it wasn't a strength issue. So she was pacing for a certain total. That's why I'm saying you can't really judge on just openers.
Only been powerlifting for 1 year now.
Amelia
That elbow
Maycock.
scoop again?
Did it?
She's a state border guard.
Developing her own kind of style.
1 year.
You know, ordinarily, conventionally, you would say, when your elbows shoot back, you pitch forward like that, like she did, and it's not the best way to do it, but
Needs this lift. 105.
Hey, she
Okay.
went 3 for 3, so.
that's it. She went 3 for 3. Now, Misaki from Japan, 105 kilo loaded on the bar.
Get it down, Misaki. Get
She
it down.
needs this lift. If she misses it, she could still go into the bench event, but her total will not be official. And the Japanese in the crowd are cheering her on, yelling.
Loaded, Abby Cronin.
This isn't even a strength issue. It's just depth, repeatedly. You would have gave it to her every time.
Well, let's hope she makes this lift.
Come on, Misaki.
Just bomb it in,
Come on,
Misaki.
bury this one.
Everybody's cheering for very slow. Okay.
No, that is depth. That has to be depth.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh my God.
Man.
Oh my God. You hate. Can we get a side angle? Can we get a side angle slow-mo reap? No, we can't. That's okay.
Good
Well,
lift on one. 110.
that's too bad.
Hold on. Bar
She's
loaded.
disappointed. And I hadn't seen anyone bomb at these Worlds yet. Any of the sessions I've commentated on.
She was getting deeper and deeper.
You know what?
each
Well,
attempt, but
she got one. Did she get one white?
she got one white.
I think they can protest it. They can go to the jury and protest, and I think that's what the Japanese are doing, as they should protest.
They got nothing.
You got nothing to lose. Let them tell you no. That's borderline. Caitlin from South Africa. They give it to her.
And that was a good lift.
And we'll update you on how this protest will go. They went to the jury.
And the Japanese lifter, Miki Ikeda, she is credited with a good lift on her third attempt. 105.
Wow, okay, so we just got told the Japanese lifter will stay in the game and is credited with a good lift on her last attempt. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you go to the jury if you get one white. If you get 3 reds, you got no chance, and they don't even want to hear it. One white, the door swings open, you can go to the jury and protest.
I'm
You
feeling
always
better
should.
about myself now.
Yeah, that's right, your calls. 107.5 is a little too much.
On 2. The lady's credited with her opener of 115.
Yeah, maybe your reffing career still isn't totally out of question.
Which is good on one.
Anastasia Zervina from Kazakhstan, 120.
Anastasia from Kazakhstan.
Loaded on
Conservative 2.5 kilo jump.
Loaded on 1. Limbrick, New Zealand.
And Anastasia is actually in medal contention on projected totals. And 2.5 kilo might not seem like a big jump, but we had said earlier, and you looked at the projected totals in the scorecard, 2.5 kilo could separate from 4th place onto the podium. She needs these kilos. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it. That's an awful long time to be paused in one position with that kind of weight on your back.
High, 2-1.
Not from a lack of effort.
122.
And Ragnar from Iceland.
Iceland on 2.
There's another shot. That's a long pause.
Loaded, Laxo, Finland.
Ragnar from Iceland, another 2.5 kilo jump. I mean, sometimes when you come out and you hit your second attempt, you tell yourself, look at I wasn't in my mind thinking 2.5 kilo jump for my third attempt. But if that's all you think you have in the tank based off your second, whoa, no lift. Like you had said, the day predicts. You know, nobody walks in here thinking, I'll just say small 2.5 kilo jumps. But if your second attempt tells you that's all you got in the tank. Now you from Japan, there's another shot at this. Yeah, it's just a little too much. You from Japan, miss 125, gonna go for it again.
Bar loaded on 2.
Twice loaded on 1.
You,
Suzuki, Japan, 135 kilos.
Japan and Japan, 1 and 2.
Japan on 1, Japan on 2.
$125, 135.
Let's see what happens. Well, depth looks good to me. It's slow, but it looks like she gets the weight she missed. The judges agree.
For you, Demora.
It's always
happy
tough.
with it,
Yeah, it's always tough to miss a lift, come back, and have to face that same weight.
Lift is good on 1.
Bar loaded on 2.
And the Lithuanian is going to take a 5 kilo increase.
Bars loaded.
Also, elbows almost parallel to the ground here. And you're saying if the shoe fits, kick it? She didn't have a problem with it earlier. See if she pitching forward that time, though. Let's take a look if we have a slow-mo replay. And this is why when your arms are parallel to the ground and the weight comes on, you're more likely to pitch forward without maintaining your chest up. Pitching right there. And it doesn't get the lift. Sandra from Poland. And you know I've been waiting this whole time to be right when I said that earlier. Sandra from Poland, 2.5 kilo increase.
Well, she shouldn't change anything on the day of a meet.
No, it's a little late in the game to be doing these kind of changes. Hey, guess what, Coach? I know I'm conventional. I'm going to pull sumo today. I just want to try it out. 2.5 kilo jump. Sandra is within shot. Very realistic chances of hopping on that podium and getting a medal. So 2.5 kilo would definitely help. Nice. There we go. No, it's coming back down. Spotters jump in.
Bar goes to 140 kilos for Ida Reese from Polska.
Now, Ida, coming into this with nominations and based on projected totals, and those are just on openers. I know you can't base everything off that, but we need some kind of a scouting report here. So Ida came in here a favorite for the gold medal overall. If she moves forward in the squat event with just her opener, she might fall back from the pack a little unless she can make some big jumps in the deadlift. What do you think, champ? You think she could come back, recuperate, hit this 140 she had missed?
She got pitched forward a little bit on her last squat.
She got a little bullied out of position, didn't she?
And hits the right depth. She should have this in her.
I think she can make. So you're thinking she hits it?
Like I said, I'm
okay,
optimistic.
We'll get your checkbook out, buddy, because this is your lunch right now. We got a lunch on the line. I don't think she's going to get this. I think that 130 is just a little too much. Okay, so I like chicken sandwiches, side of mashed potatoes. Or even, yeah, it's just a little too much.
46 kilos.
Let's take another shot.
World sub-junior record for.
And I hope, no, she looks no worse for the wear. When you see lifter go down on their knees like that, you're hoping they walk away fine. She looks like she walked away fine. There's a lot of lifting left to do. I mean, Ida's got the bench event, the deadlift event to regain some ground. So if she was planning on jumping another 10 kilo, she can make up those 10 kilo later. By no means is she written off.
Almost bar loaded. It's a world record attempt for Ukraine.
And Daria, a world record from the Ukraine, looking to distance herself from the rest of the pack.
Ukraine.
She is fired up.
46.0 kilos.
Daria from Ukraine, a world record. This will be the gold medal in squat. Oh, I don't know about that depth. What do you think?
Depth a little bit there.
You don't know. And you know, the shame is she looks strong enough for it. But perhaps the confidence wasn't quite there because the depth, yeah, that's pretty high. And you know, that extra inch makes a hell of a difference when you feel that weight on your back.
But she's still in the lead, so.
She is still in the lead. You see here, not many of the lifters got their third and last attempts. And it looks like we're setting ourselves up for a major battle here. Right up there, champ. We're live on the broadcast. Clifton Foe, the world champion. And you don't want to go anywhere. We've seen how you cannot judge everything on the openers. Anything can happen with those projected totals. Some of the lifters will only nail their openers, and some of the lifters will make huge jumps. One thing we did see is we're in for a battle on all of these weight classes that we're covering. We're going to take 5 minutes, go to the bench press event, and we'll see how this story unfolds. Don't go nowhere. See you in 5. And there you go, man. I got to go to the washroom. You want a coffee or anything?
And Amy Librick had abdominal surgery less than 2 months ago.
Okay, so we're back, and Masuki from Japan is going to open a 25 kilo on the bar.
After abdominal surgery less than 2 months ago.
And taking a little shot here backstage.
And the lift is good on 2.
Lift is good on 1.
Take the bar to 47.5
Masuki.
for Lucy Robinson.
Lift is good. Lucy Robinson, 47.5 kilo from Great Britain.
Bar loaded on 2.
Bars loaded.
Yes, sir.
Elizabeth McLeod, Great Britain, 130 kilos.
Smooth and neat. Look how long those arms are, though. Now, those are a deadlifter's arms, eh?
On 2.
I can agree.
Yeah, and can I call it, looking ahead at her deadlift opener, biggest deadlift opener of the pack.
Loaded on 1. Laxo.
So my scouting skills remain high, sir.
32.5 kilos.
I
You
guess
got-
we have something in common there.
There we go. You got deadlift arms? Do you got long arms for a deadlifter?
I guess people would say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. And some guys are huge deadlifters, and despite not having long arms, it's got those strong back and central nervous system, I guess.
1, 2.
But it's a gift and a curse because it obviously hinders you in the bench press when you got long arms, long way up, long way down.
Can't win them all,
No, you cannot, sir.
but some people do.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Some people do. You got some of the lifters, like Brett Gibbs, actually, kind of built for all three.
On 2.
Arms are not overly long, but because he's got a hell of a bench press, but long enough not to, so he's not hindered in the deadlift. He's got a hell of a deadlift, great squat. Very nice beard.
50 kilos, 110 pounds.
Something I will never have.
Strong, strong beard game. And Tekel from Georgia, 50 kilo
Easy
opener,
looking
easy peasy.
Lights. Light.
One thing, if you're gonna have long
Good
arms,
lift on 2.
you probably want to spread your grip as much as possible to make the range of motion shorter. Often, you see the Japanese have really perfected their bench press technique. And we might actually see some very aggressive arches. Veronica from Czech, 50 kilo opener.
Lift is no good on.
Veronica Opensinka from Czechia. And referees say good lift on 2.
3 white lights.
Lift is bars loaded on 1.
Good lift on the last lift.
55 kilo being loaded on the bar.
55 kilos.
for
Shoko
Onishi Shoko of Japan.
Bar loaded on 2. 55 kilos, 121 pounds. For Shoko Ogishi.
Just going over how she wants the unrack, which is big. I mean, if you get a bad unrack and it's too forceful, some people think they're doing you a favor by lifting really strong off the unrack, but it can actually pull your shoulders out of place when you have your bench set up just the way you like it. There's a happy median, and here's a more pronounced arch. And that's how she, look how wide her grip is. That's how she's done.
142.5, Sophia
Good
Rudd.
lift on 2.
Bars loaded on 1.
Turn the music down for...
And Onishi Shoko is on the board.
Lifter, USA. No music, please. No music. Michaela Exner, the lifter on platform 2. Bar loaded.
57.5 kilo loaded on the bar for Exner from America.
Clock on 2.
There's a big arch here.
Ladies and gentlemen, platform 1. Sophia earned every bit of that one. Give her a big round of applause.
Gets the unrack. Smooth, easy.
And Michaela gets good lift on 2.
Do you have a big arch when you set up?
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I'd have to say no.
Yeah. I try. My mobility, my back mobility is just not
Bars
there.
loaded on 1.
Bar loaded on 2.
I get like enough of an arch.
Zaleska.
I mean, even if your arch isn't big, if you set it up, creates the back tension, puts the shoulders in the right place, even if it isn't big enough to mitigate the range of motion that you're going to have.
I mean, you have great benchers like Jennifer Thompson without
Yeah,
much
yeah,
of
yeah.
an arch at all.
Yeah.
Then you have people like Eddie Berglund with a huge arch. and they're both
Absolutely
very
massive.
great.
And you had to go toe-to-toe with Eddie, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah. Was he the defending world champ?
From last year, yes.
He was, yeah.
He bested me last year, and
Ukraine, 57.5 kilos, successful.
Lift is good on 2.
So you and Eddie had face-off last year.
yes, we did.
So is this now a bit of a rivalry? Were you number 1 and number 2 last year? Number 1 and number 2
last
this year?
we were tied for first.
And he won on bodyweight?
Total nomination.
Oh, okay.
But I missed my last pull for the win. I
Ah.
cramped.
So when you came in here, you're like, not again, my friend.
Actually,
But you're walking on the
Exactly.
platform, so well, you guys are both so of arch. Look at the arch there.
say sorry, folks. ASP.
No lift on 2.
I already said sorry though. And Alita from Russia, a failed lift. I just want to, if we're dropping in and out, quick apology there, folks. We are having some issues with our stream. The ISP feed, I'm told, but we're back on. And I'm told it's being worked out. We're picking up the action in the 63 kilo class, sub-junior women's, and Amelia Maycock from Great
Loaded
Britain
on 1. Loaded on 2.
opening with a 45 kilo opener.
Amelia Maycock on 2.
Nice leg drive.
Loaded on 2. Lift is good for light on 1. Loaded on 2 for Marquez.
Pole and the Ukrainian. This is the weight class where they're battling.
Bars loaded on 1.
Alina Marquez from the U.S. opening with 90 kilo. No struggles there. 3
No
white
lift
lights.
Lift is good, platform 2. Lift is good on 1.
Caitlin from South Africa, 52.5 kilo opener.
Bars loaded for Rachel Jones.
One of the things you'll notice, you see with these aggressive arches, sometimes there's a lot of pressure on, like with the angle of the arch, you're tempted to have your foot slightly off the ground, and a lot of lifters often get called. See, your feet are completely flat on the ground. They have to be flat or else it's a no lift. The more aggressive the arch, the more your body wants to start lifting the foot on an angle. Something to pay attention to. And Ragna from Iceland, 57.5 kilo opener. As well as, of course, the butt coming off the bench, head coming off the bench, all in fractions that'll cost you a lift. But they'll have nothing to worry about. Gets herself on.
Hannah Chan, 75 kilo.
Japan, 60 kilos.
On the cut 2, barbing load to 65 for Sandra from Poland.
And Sandra from Poland, gonna open with 65 kilo. So Clifton, how's the back feeling after that world record deadlift?
Well, actually, that's why my bench was so crap.
Ah, it just made things more exciting.
Oh yeah, it did. Sorry about the connection, guys. Looks like it just slid off.
It's going to be a world sub-junior record for Anastasia, so let's make some noise for everybody in the crowd. This is going to be a sub-junior world record coming up. Give her the support she needs to make sure this happens.
Over 200 pounds.
Anastasia from Kazakhstan.
One.
No lift on that last one, but still a great flat from Caitlin. Well done. Right, barbing loaded to 65 with the Laura, and that's good set from Lithuania.
And 65 kilo being loaded on the bar for Delora from Lithuania. Taking a little look at the medal standings here. Based on the projected, the Ukrainian separating herself from the pack, comfortably resting. It looks like we might have a...
Big session 9, moving up to rest.
That's all I had for tonight. I have to make a quick one.
10 minutes. Anastasia's a good lift, Mona. Right, Elspeth Clark, Great Britain coming in with 67.5. Determined look on her face, so let's see what she can put out on that bar.
And we're back. And Georgina, Teko from Georgia, has 110 kilo loaded on the bar for her opener deadlift in the 57 kilo sub-junior class.
What a beautiful beach for Zoya. Good lift for Zoya Tarakova from Russia, 77.5. Beautiful beach. Right.
Now, how do you feel? Because we're seeing a lot of lifters come out with knee sleeves on when they deadlift. What's your take on that?
I've never tried it.
Like, it's okay. So here's my take. I'll give you my take, and then you let me know what you think. I don't see, honestly, the benefit because it's a deadlift and it's not really. But I do see gnarling. Like, look, if she's sumo, the gnarling is going to catch the knee sleeve and create friction and slow you down. No.
Michaela gets a strong
110.
I don't think
the American gets it. What do you think?
I don't think there's much benefit to wearing them, but I guess some people like them as leg warmers or they're just comfy with them. Don't want to take them off.
Yeah, I mean.
Plus, you wreck your knee sleeves. Knee sleeves are
You
expensive,
do wreck your knee sleeves, yeah.
It hurts my heart seeing knee sleeves with like holes in them. And
Yeah,
stuff.
they get battered. They get worn. 115 on the bar for the finish lifter, opening
Bars
up.
loaded, high knee knee
Our
pointing.
deadlift day.
Finland, 115 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, and it becomes like, so that's why you see the finish lifter here, lots of baby powder on her legs. And the reason why she wants is the less amount of friction as possible. So she's putting baby powder on. And the knee sleeve will do the exact opposite. It's like Velcro when it grabs that gnarling. A couple of sessions, you actually could hear
And the lift.
the gnarling grabbing the knee sleeve. Audibly hear it, and we're not that close.
Very nice bench from Sophia. Nice and steady off the chest and express lockout. Right, more loading coming in.
Maybe later on you might just see someone get their deadlift caught on the knee sleeves.
We've seen it actually. We've seen it. And she took her knee sleeves off, came back, and hit it.
And
Yeah.
crushed it, eh?
Yeah. Lucy Robinson from Great Britain, 120 kilo opener.
Conventional pull here.
Yep. And you pull conventional, correct? No, you're sumo.
I started with conventional.
Oh, really? I think most people do start conventional. Team Sumo checking in for the win.
Hey man, if you lift more weight, it's hard to go back.
Well, that's the thing, right? And it really, the weight kind of dictates. It's not like, well, I guess there's a few people that kind of switch back and forth and can pull close to the same, but most people either pull more conventional or pull more sumo, and the other way just isn't going to work for you.
3 1 lines for more good lift.
Alina from Russia, 125 kilo for her opener. Sumo puller.
I think overall a lot of the lighter lifters have a sumo pull. A lot of the heavier lifters have conventional.
Yeah, the heavier, like the men, are all pulling conventional.
Lift is good.
But you notice one of the biggest lifters in the IPF is a 105er and can out-dead even the super heavyweights. That's obviously Christopher Becky from Poland. Also pulls sumo. There's a popular misconception, well, if you pull sumo, it's easier, it's cheating. But a lot of these conventional pullers, have them pull sumo, they'll be pulling less, not more. It doesn't make it easier for them, it makes it harder. Olha from the Ukraine, long way up, but she hits 125 kilo.
And the lift is good on platform 2 for Ola. Just making that cover for the
I'm going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors while our mini feed is up. Alico, SPD, Bull, Ray-Ban, Siberian Supernatural Sport, and Dorita Water. Thank you very much for your support. Oh, and also Rogue. Thanks for your support. Without your help, this IPF World Championships would not be possible. And Katrina from the Ukraine gets on the board with 130 kilos.
Good lift.
So these openers are pretty important. It helps establish your total, and from there, you can kind of start to get dicey. Around the second and third attempts is when people try to establish where they're going to end up in the pecking order in terms of these medals up for grabs. How big of a gap was your opener to your world record gold medal winning deadlift?
Green white lights from all 3 referees, including Xavier Dofontana.
20 kilos.
20 kilos. See, there you go. Shoko from Japan, easy 135.
And it's a 3-1 lines. Beautiful lift.
I guess it's not the craziest.
I was expecting a lot more,
Were you? Yeah.
but yeah, it is what it is.
Like
I'm
you
not
had,
complaining.
well, yeah, you walk away with the title exactly. But like you had said, you got to take what the day presents you, not necessarily what you had in mind. And Mizuki from Japan missed her 70 kilo opener, and she needs to hit this if she's going to keep her total alive.
Come on, Mizuki. Let's get this lift. Ball is platform 2 for Mizuki from Japan. 154.3 pounds on the bar.
And Russia gets 3 white lights.
No baby powder. Sumo stance. with her shoulders back. Is that why she got called? Okay, they gave it to her. I could see how, you know, maybe they were questioning originally the shoulders back.
Looks like she was shrugging it a little bit there.
Bars loaded. Simona, Lithuania.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean by a little bit of shrug. She's trying to hold her shoulders a little high. Veronica from the Czech, a 7.5 kilo increase from her opener. And this is really your event. This is the deadlift event. You're the world record holder.
Let's go, Veronica.
If anyone's going to be able to critique the form, it'll be you. And Veronica from the Czech
Loaded.
nailed her first attempt, and now is when you can start getting a little more dicey, gamble a little, start to make some headway.
Beautiful lockout on that deadlift, and it's 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
for Veronica.
Loaded.
Good lift.
O'Sullivan.
Like a lot of green on the board.
There is a lot of green on the board. That's what you like to
National
see.
record with 117.5 on the bar, platform 2.
Even the lifter that had missed her opener came back to hit it, and Exner from the U.S., a 7.5 kilo jump.
Titan support systems.
It's true, right? Right, bar load platform 2. Michaela.
No lift on one. Give her a round of applause. She'll get credit for her first 2. Thank you. All right, load the bar for
Looks pretty smooth, pretty easy.
Limbrick.
And it's a good lift.
Judges agree, 3 white lights.
The USA headband rocking it out there. Right, up next on platform 2.
Now 120 kilo going to be loaded on the bar. Get another look at this. Hips come through, shoulders roll back.
Kelly from Georgia.
Now the Georgian lifter is going to take a 10 kilo jump. Keep in mind this is the 57 kilo women.
Okay, platform 2 is ready.
So
for
if
Kelly.
Clifton takes 10 kilo jumps, 10 kilo jump for 57 kilo woman who's a sub junior, that's a pretty decent jump.
Oh, I don't take 10 kilo jumps.
Oh no?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, let's see how she handles this.
Bar moved a
Wow.
little far away from her, but she still got the lift.
It's a good lift, but take it.
So what kind of kilo jumps do you normally take in your deadlift?
About 20.
20 kilo jumps. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
She's happy. Beast genetics. Bars loaded. On 2.
I find when you get into bigger weight,
Bars loaded for McLeod. Great
you really got to conserve your energy.
So yeah. I was just about to ask you. We'll take a look at this lift, and I'll ask Heine from Finland, 120 kilo on the bar. Nope, just a little too much. Grabs her back. Hopefully she's okay. So I was going to ask you. It's because you realize you only have so much money in that budget, and if you're going to spend it, you know, if you have too big of a second, you won't have that third.
You got to spend it well.
That's right.
Coach Nathan is very focused.
You probably handle your finances very well then.
I'd like to think so. That's why I'm here.
That's right. Well, yeah.
The Netherlands.
Yeah, last Worlds I opened a little too heavy and, made 10 kilo jumps and just had nothing in the
Started
tank.
gassing out. That's it. You know, a lot of times people want to open heavy, but if you are looking at your opener and considering the possibility of that going towards your total, things really had to go off the rails for your second and third to not make it.
Another pull with sleeves here.
Yeah, another pull with sleeves. Team knee sleeves on the sumo pull.
Beautiful
She
lift.
gets it 7.5 kilo for Alina from Russia.
Well done. Right, Lucy Lawrenson coming in from Great Britain with 132.5 also on the bar. These girls are just pulling shy of 300 pounds. Bar loaded, platform 2.
So 132 kilo. It's going to stay on the bar for Lucy from Great Britain.
Oh, what a good technical lift. Bars loaded.
Yeah, she gets it. A little more work than her opener. Now, the baby powder. Obviously, it helps slick up the skin, especially when you start getting warm. You use baby powder.
I used to.
You don't?
I don't anymore.
Wow! I'm a little shocked. Now, why is that?
To be honest, at first I used baby powder just because everyone was using baby powder. I'm like,
'cause
oh,
it's
you know,
cool.
it'll help.
Yeah.
And then eventually one day I kind of just forgot it, and I'm like, hey, I don't need this. So I'm putting it on.
I've been
Plus-
walking with a crutch this whole time, and I don't have a bum leg.
And sometimes when you want to rub your legs, you get some
Yeah.
baby powder in your hands,
the
and you're like,
worst.
oh no.
Yeah,
Lift is good.
very true. Now the Ukrainian, 132.5 kilo on the bar, and she gets it.
Got stuck in her thighs a little bit, but still good lift.
Yeah, maybe a little baby powder.
In that case, maybe.
3 white lights, she's good to go. Moves
If
forward.
my deadlift ever gets stuck on my thighs, I
right.
will personally message you and
That's
say
right.
I should have used baby powder.
I hope I'm commentating. I'm like, I gotcha. I've been waiting for this moment. It'll be bittersweet because you're Team Canada. 137.5 kilo being loaded on the bar for Katrina from the Ukraine. Katrina. Oh, nice pull there. And it looks like we might have a battle between the two Ukrainians we just saw for the bronze medal overall. They are neck and neck
Coming on platform 2.
No lift on one.
as the rankings start to get established. And Shoko from Japan, 145 kilo, nice 10 kilo jump. Looks fairly comfortable in the projected for her silver medal overall.
Safarova.
I'm not sure she's going to be able to load up the bar for the win to try to take the gold medal overall. As the Russian starts pulling ahead, let's see what happens here.
Russia.
Oh, a little slow at the lockout, but she sticks it. Should be 3 whites, and it is.
Good lift.
Now, she kind of needed that. If she missed that, the two Ukrainians currently resting, looking like they're pacing for bronze, might start looking at that silver. She nailed it, helped spreading the gap between them.
Zoya.
Now here is where the interesting part comes.
Yeah, now we're into the final deads of the day. And nobody can tell you better how things can shake up when that deadlift comes around. 90 kilo being loaded bar. This is a nice 20 kilo jump. Took her 2 attempts to take 70 kilo. Showing a little confidence. Mizuki, possibly 90 kilo was always going to be her 3rd attempt. So
This is
she
a
missed
huge
70,
jump.
retook it, yeah. But she might have been planning to end off with 90, and that's why. Looks good.
I believe.
So I'm going to guess she's planning 70, 80, 90, stuck to the game plan, just retook her opener.
Got her 90.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's
ended up,
happy.
and that's
Yeah.
right. End of the day, if she got what she wanted anyways to finish, doesn't matter where you start, matters where you finish.
One. So
When you're done a meet, no one asks you, what did you open with? They'll ask you what you ended with.
248.0 pounds on the ball.
Now Veronica from Czech, 112.5 kilo, 5 kilo jump.
And Veronica, platform 2 is loaded, bar loaded for Veronica, last lift of the day. Let's make some noise for platform 2, everybody.
Looking to go 3 for 3 in the deadlift event.
No lift her.
She gets it. Should be good for 3 whites.
Now,
Now, quick question. To break the ground with it, sometimes you see some lifters like to do a little hip pump, get a little momentum. Some lifters like to just sit back, slow, patient, pull off the floor. And obviously, whatever works for different people, different strokes, different folks. But how do you like to approach?
In my head, I'd like to be slow and just kind of get into it and pull off the floor, but I just find it feels definitely heavy, so I do the little pump.
Do you? Yeah, you do get the little hip pump to break that ground.
I find it just, it gets me fired up a little bit and
Yeah.
gets me going. Otherwise, I'm like, this is...
Well, sometimes starting from, if you want to break that ground, you feel like the momentum helps you get that that weight moving. I think the hip pump is probably more common with conventional lifters, but you certainly see, I mean, obviously you're a world record deadlifter and you see it often enough, so it's kind of works differently. Everyone approaches it with different techniques. Speaking of different techniques, here's Team Knee Sleeves.
Looks good.
An Annixter from the U.S. 125 kilo on the bar. Nicely done. No slowdown over those knee sleeves. Egg on my face.
3 white lights was created with the last of the day. Congratulations. What a
3 white lights.
Load the bar
Yeah,
up.
so far knee sleeves aren't
Victoria Macabre.
providing any type of disadvantage
Yeah,
here.
they are not at disadvantage yet. Well, I'm going to rock my knee sleeves for my deadlift event.
You know, next year, all these lifters might come back and take off their knee sleeves because of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. Or say these guys don't know what they're talking about. The Georgian lifter, that's a pretty wide conventional stance, but
Looks like a bit of a hybrid.
yeah, almost. Arms still outside the legs. Oh, it looks just a little too heavy. It was a 15 kilo jump. I think she was trying to, it's a big jump, especially for a 57 kilo class, but I think she's trying to gain a little ground on her total.
From Russia, Alina Sarechka
Alina from Russia.
with 137.5.
It's not common to see a bigger jump than your first to second unless you're pulling for something.
Very true. Yeah, very much so. Unless you're pulling for something, usually the biggest jump is from your warm-up opener slash to your second. Now this is likely going to put this gold medal out of reach. The Japanese lifter has a third attempt that if she misses this, she's going to try to steal that gold. And she gets it. And there is your world, possibly your world champion.
Congratulations. There's lots of love going on there.
Should be noted she wore knee sleeves and she's a world champion. So you see now.
We don't know yet.
The Japanese, yeah, exactly. The Japanese lifter was anticipating if she had missed this deadlift, she had enough loaded in her third attempt to steal the gold medal. Obviously, the Russian did hit it. We'll have to see if the Japanese lifter is going to change her third attempt. First, Lucy Robinson from Great Britain. 140 kilo on the bar. Whoa, the Japanese lifter did change her third attempt. She's going for the gold.
One lifter left to make the Open.
Lucy nails it. 3 white lights. So yeah, it's no major surprise. The Japanese lifter is going to attempt her third and final lift to take that gold medal. She really isn't gambling away her silver. She's far enough in the lead.
We have a
And
change.
she's at a lower body weight, so all she has to do
is tie
her total.
Yep, and you know all about that.
So
So there's the scorecard. You see the Japanese lifter is now loaded up enough. If she gets her final attempt, she will take the world championships. She obviously feels the Ukrainians won't catch her and thinks that her silver medal isn't up for grabs, or maybe she does and thinks the juice is worth the squeeze. And she's going to risk it all. Going to be interesting to see. We're just approaching it right now.
These next 3 lifts with the sub.
Yeah, these next three lifts, exactly. Our podium finish is going to be established with these next 3 lifts.
Good lift with 95 on that, I think.
So Katrina from Ukraine, not looking to threaten for that silver, but wants to establish for that bronze. And it's a battle of Ukraine for that bronze medal position. Whoa. Oh, no, there's, the lockout. What did the judges say? Oh, yeah, you know what? She came up so quick, maybe too quick, because she lost her balance at the top. And sometimes balance at the lockout with the sumo situation, yeah, that happens sometimes. You ever have balance issues with the lockout because you pull sumo? You see it sometimes to some lifters. We actually saw a lifter get projected from when he had it locked out,
You're
flung
keeping
right off the platform.
all your weight back on your heels
Yeah.
to get that weight locked out, and sometimes your weight shifts a bit too much and you just fall
That's
over
it.
or something.
With that kind of weight in your hands, far more than your body weight. Yeah, and a lot less
It's a
your
lot more
feet.
common on sumo than
Yeah,
conventional.
much more. And because your feet are pointed out.
Ukraine, 125 kilos.
Now this is going to be, let's see if she takes the bronze.
And she's
Oh, she's fired up. Whoa! Sumo versus
Stuck at
Kamek.
the
Can she
knees.
lock it out? Oh, she's
fighting, she's
refusing
fighting,
to
she's fighting.
give. Oh, that's tough to watch. Her shoulders are slumped. No.
All right, Nolan.
That was a big fight.
That was a hell of a fight. Now let's take a look at this.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Can't get any closer than
for
that.
That is as
all
close as you get.
marbles.
Now here it is. The Japanese
This is
lifter
a sub-junior world record attempt.
attempting a
for
world record
Onishi, and she is
at her
also
last
close
deadlift
to the
to
gold
become a
medal.
world champion. Now where have we seen this before, my friend?
Sub-junior world record
A world record
pull
To win the world championships. This is exactly the situation my co-commentary guest, Clifton Foe, found himself in just yesterday. And we know how that story ends. Can Shoko do the same right now? What's your prediction, sir?
I think it might be a little heavy, but I don't want
I think it'll be a little heavy too. No.
Please give her a round of applause.
No.
Everybody. An awesome
That's a good
competition.
try.
But she's going to end off with the silver medal. She literally had nothing to lose. The silver medal was in hand. She wasn't going to gamble it away.
to. If you're at the World Championships, you gotta
You
go for
might
it.
as well. Why play it safe just to add more kilos when the silver medal was already done? No, you might as well go for the gold. And Sandra from Poland, we're going to move back in the 63 kilo class. And Sandra from Poland is going to open with 110 kilo.
Bars loaded. Polska. Start the clock, Boris. Polska, bars loaded. Boris, start the clock, Boris. Oh, sorry. Bars loaded. I'm sorry.
Platform 1, you have less than 2 minutes to go. Platform 1, 2 minutes to go.
Just looking at the projected, based off the openers and subtotals, looks like we might have another battle that'll come right down to the last deadlift again in the
Battle
63
seems
kilo.
to be way more close.
Yeah, well, you know what? This battle is a lot more close. It might not be a Hail Mary pass like we've seen with the Japanese lifter. It might be a much more realistic attempt. You know, the Japanese lifter really had nothing to lose, did the Hail Mary, but this one actually might come down to a well within reason last-ditch pull to snag it. We have 3 lifters
Platform 2 for a
based on the
100
projection
deadlift of 150
within 7.5 kilo of each other. So that's 3 lifters who are vying not just for a medal, for gold. This is going to come down to the last deadlift. And this is when coaching really plays a role, because your attempt selection, this is Ellen from US, 115 kilo on the board.
It's a good lift for
This is
a
when attempt selection is going to be key. You know, what you open with, how much gas you leave in the tank, like you said. And then you have 2 times you're allowed to change your deadlift, your last deadlift. And that'll really be the jockeying around when you kind of trying to establish who's going to go last, who's going to be able to chip it in for the win. And some people will be tempted to put a little too much weight on the bar, miss it, and whoever's a little more conservative hits the smaller third attempt to win it. The Icelandic champion, 120 kilo on the bar.
Denzel, please report to the platform. Denzel.
Hips come through, nice,
10
easy
seconds,
opener.
Denzel.
With the Baragna, beautiful opener. Bar moving to 120 for Caitlin.
Caitlin from South Africa, 120 kilo. Another look at this opener. Yeah, there's no major struggle. She kind of had I don't know if it's a look of concern on her face afterwards, but the pull was nice. Caitlin from South Africa.
Bars loaded. Ella's roll.
Now, do you find as a sumo puller,
Very nice.
where's the hardest part for you? Off the ground or locking it out the last inch?
I actually find it actually depends on the type of day. Like some days it's hard off the floor, some
Yeah.
days it's hard at lockout. And actually I find I pull a little bit slower off the floor to ensure a smooth lockout. Because I find when you rush
get a little
it
control.
off the floor, it pops off real quick. But then you lose your positioning and then you get in a situation where the deadlift is stuck on your knees and you're in this
Yeah.
really awkward position where you can't lock out your knees.
Yeah.
But in general, I'd say from the floor.
You know, sometimes, and I think that's common with sumo pullers, a little slow off the floor sometimes. Yeah, you see it a lot of times covering these worlds. Once the shoulders slump forward, the bar might be still moving, but once you get to the lockout, that's when you have to get the shoulders back, and it can be...
Unless you have rear delts that can pull back.
Sometimes,
however
yeah.
much weight you're doing.
It's a dicey proposition. 125 kilo
Oh,
for the
that was
Lithuanian.
fast.
Yeah, that was fast.
Super fast, Aurora. Linking your
That was
fingers
well
back,
played. 3 white
51
lights.
Good luck. Right, bar now moves to 125 kilos for Amelia Maycock. Bar loaded. Amelia, you're on stage.
And, you know, it's interesting you said, so oftentimes, if a lifter finds they fail at the top, they start telling themselves, well, maybe I got to start working on my lockouts because that's where I'm failing. What happens at the bottom sometimes dictates what happens at the top. Sometimes, like, no, you got to look at how you break the ground with it. And Amelia Maycock hits 125, no major struggles, on the board.
Good luck. Anastasia coming in from Kazakhstan with 130 on the bar.
You see a little shot there, all of our sponsors. Rogue, SPD, Alico, Bull, Ray-Ban, Siberian Supernatural Sport, and Dorita. And a stager from Kazakhstan, 130 kilo, getting loaded on the bar. Taking that sumo stance, you'll notice the footwear looking somewhat like a wrestling shoe. You usually want flat when it comes to the deadlift. You're not looking for a heel like a squat shoe, or certainly a squishy sole. We were talking about balance being an issue. Last thing you want is to be up on your heels and it's squishy.
Deadlifting on a pillow.
Deadlifting on a pillow, that's right. Or taking away any force you generate and it's squishy beneath you. But you do see the odd lifter show up in squishy soled shoes. We all even saw a couple squat shoes.
Interesting.
Which is, yeah, interesting is a word to say. Yeah, Daria from Ukraine, 130 easy kilos added to her total.
Now, have you seen squat shoes with knee sleeves?
Now that would be beltless. There you go. A beltless squat shoe knee sleeve deadlift. Misaki from Japan, also going to open with 130 kilo. Yeah, you would ordinarily think squat shoes would be pitching you forward and taking you out of position. What kind of footwear do you use?
I actually got some Matoche shoes.
Misaki, 130 kilos, good. Sorry, what kind of shoe?
Good, 3 white lights.
They have a big M on them.
Ah,
And
okay.
the brand is Matoche.
But they're deadlift shoes?
They're basically wrestling shoes.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
flat sole,
yeah.
minimal,
Common.
right on the ground.
Wrestling shoes is pretty common.
308.6 pounds of bar.
You from Japan, 140 kilo.
Bars loaded, platform 1.
Bar loaded platform 2 for you.
Schneider, Canada.
I think David Ricks, I forget the shoe that he made famous, pulling at the last year's Worlds, or was it the Raw Nationals US? And basically a running shoe.
Really?
Yeah.
Bars loaded.
And when an icon, 140 is good. When an icon like that pulls in a certain shoe, everybody's buying them, right? Or trying it out.
So what you're telling me is I should make my own shoe.
I'm just saying, make your own shoe now that you got the world record. Be the Michael Jordan of powerlifting now. Ida Liz from Poland, 145 kilo opener.
So she has the biggest deadlift thus far. She will likely be in the driver's seat to decide.
You know, and that's the thing, looking ahead, there's a lot of lifting left to go, but she is neck and neck for this gold medal, and she is a deadlifter.
We'll see if this is an easy opener.
And I think Ida was the one who had,
Loaded, platform 1.
did she not move forward with only one squat?
Yeah, she only got the one squat. She missed the second one on depth.
Second and third, yeah.
Coming in for a second look, 120 kilos.
You know, for entertainment's sake, looking at right now, they're all neck and neck. Had she got her second and third squat, she would have been separated from the pack. Viewer standpoint, it's more exciting now that she missed those squats, right? Because now she's forced to do some major pulls to keep her ground, and we're going to be watching some fights. Now Alina Marquez from US, 120 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Lift is good, Flores. Bars loaded. Next lifter.
Yeah, locks it out.
Great Britain.
On platform 2, and it's a good lift, Coach Tech. High five all around, okay.
Smith with a strong lockout and a determined face. 3 white lights.
Okay,
Just looking ahead at that scorecard, it's tempting to look ahead. You don't want to read too much into it. These second rounds of deadlifts are going to be very telling how these ladies handle the weight. Because it looks like we're going to have a battle for gold, battle for silver, and battle for bronze. Hey, yo! Well, the battle for gold and bronze anyways, yeah. A battle for gold and bronze anyways. Obviously, whoever loses the battle for gold will probably rest in silver. But the number 3 and number 4 are very tight right now. Still have 2 more lifts each. Things can shake up quick. And it's 125 kilo being loaded on the bar for Ragna from Iceland.
Barlow to platform 2, Ragnar, you're on stage.
Gundren Daughtry.
Lift is good, 2 to 1.
Or is it daughter?
Jones.
I think someone's telling me
Loaded up to Gabrielle.
daughter and son
Lavani,
is on every last
United
name from
States
people from Iceland. That
of
might be
America,
totally wrong. But daughter and son,
170 kilos.
does that sound right?
I've
might be
never
to-
been to Iceland.
No, okay.
I know nothing about Iceland, so I will not
I
comment
might-
on
yeah,
Iceland.
yeah. A little too much for Ragna. 5 kilo jump.
Caitlin coming in with 125 kilos on the bar.
Loaded, Gabrielle. Coached by
Caitlin
Aaron
from Africa.
Kamaski.
Barlow for Caitlin. Let's go South Africa.
Caitlin from South Africa. 125 kilo on the bar, 5 kilo jump as well.
All right, she lost the grip.
Oh, it's off the ground. Sticks the lockout, knees locked. 3 white lights.
Good lift, Caitlin. Delora.
Delora from Lithuania taking a 10 kilo jump. Take another look at Caitlin's second attempt.
Look better on the replay.
Yeah, it did. And that was slowed down.
Side 2 bars loaded, Finland, 172.5.
Ball loaded.
The Lithuanian looking to add 10 more kilos to her total.
Lift is good on 1.
Little wobble. What do you think? Up down action
I
or?
think it'll be good.
Yep, you're right.
Despite there being a red light in the middle, still good
Front
lift.
judge saw it, but
Garcia coming in with 137.
2 is all you need.
2 is all you need.
Megan Lloyd
Take another shot at this.
South Africa.
You know what? Sometimes
Come on, Megan.
Hard to
your
tell.
body goes up down, but the bar doesn't. And you're not judging whether or not the body goes a little wonky. It's got to be the bar that goes up and down, so it can be deceiving. The judges often keep their eyes on the barbells. And Anastasia from Kazakhstan,
Her feet are pointed out super wide.
yeah, very wide. Let's see if balance at the top is an
Oh,
issue.
that patience off the floor.
And it is
Super smooth
patient
on platform 2.
and maintains her balance.
Superinia coming in with a nice opening deadlift, second deadlift I should say. Daria coming in now with 140 on the bar.
140 kilo being loaded on the bar for the Ukrainian, taking a 10 kilo jump.
It's only going to get hotter from here, folks. We've got some big lifts coming in.
And she is looking to gain a little ground and make a push for this overall gold medal. You see her getting psyched up in the back. She knows what's at stake. 10 kilo. And it'll be added to her total. Trying to bridge that gap and make the gold medal within reach. Well, these girls are so close in their projected totals right now. Oh, wow! Oh, I didn't think she was going to have it. How slow it was off the ground.
Almost about to move away from her.
I thought it wasn't even going to budge. Take a look at this replay. You see the hip pump, team hip pump right here. Look at that hip pump to break the ground slow. And gets it. And she will not be denied. She is in the hunt for that gold medal. She wants it.
Bar loaded, Amelia, you're on stage.
Amelia Maycock from Great Britain taking a 15-kilo jump.
Scoreboard's getting really
Yeah, the
interesting now.
scoreboard's starting to shake up right now. Getting exciting. The lifters who had to make certain lifts to make it happen are hitting them.
And it's a good lift.
Sometimes you see one lifter pull away if another lifter misses. Not the case here.
Lift is good. Hannah Chan.
Lift is good, and 145 kilo being loaded on the bar for Misaki from Japan. Another 15 kilo jump.
Mr. Mata, Finland, 150 on the bar.
Oh, loses her back early. Looks like a little bit of hitching. That's not going to happen. 15 kilo, perhaps a little bit big of a jump for her.
Good for Finland.
And 150 kilo getting loaded on the bar. Take another shot here. See, the shoulders are rolled forward, the back is bent, and now she's starting to hitch. It just wasn't going to happen for her. But Yu from Japan, 10 kilo jump, 150 kilo being loaded on the bar. Looking to fare a little better than her teammate with their second attempt.
Fighting for bronze here.
And she nails that. Relatively easy. Stark contrast from her teammate, has no worries with her second attempt, an easy 2 for 2. Yeah, it's important to note, we have the overall medals, we also have the individual event medals. And you, not far outside of a bronze for the deadlift event. Now here's Liz Ida. And she is definitely looking past the event medals, looking to the overall. She's a gold medal favorite. Wow, a lot left in the tank there. A lot left in the tank there. That's almost scary. Now some lifters, they fall off quick. Other lifters always look grindy no matter what. You don't want to read too much into these second attempts, but that's scary how easily she handled that.
No lift, platform 1.
They've been scrambling just to put something in there for now and
yeah, that's
figure out
another thing.
what they have to put in later.
Well said. Good pointing out that right now placeholder third attempts will be put in. And they're going to take a look at everyone else's placeholders if they're to be believed and strategize from there. This is the third and final round of deadlift starting. And the battle is going to take place. Alina Marquez from US. Oh, got a bit of a scrap here for her finish, and she gets it.
She pulled that one nice and hard. And
3 for 3 in the deads. Nice way to end her day.
Smiles all around. What a great way to end the day here. 125 kilos on the bar for Sandra Slotzka from Poland. Hope I got that right.
No lift on one.
Take at that. See the hips come through, shoulders back. No question on the lockout. Sandra from Poland, 5 kilo jump. Has not missed the deadlift today.
Race rate 160.
Nope, just a little too much.
Unfortunately, a note for Sandra, just that final bit of neural fatigue there. She's not being able to pull it up, but still a great competition from her. Right. Ragnar from Iceland with 125 also on the bar.
Ragnar.
Bar loaded for Ragnar.
Good brand
Come on,
Dotcher.
Ragnar. Last lift of the day. Let's get this one.
Gonna take another go at 125 kilo.
Nope,
just a little too heavy.
Unfortunately, no lift, but
Fatigue is set in.
from her. Well done. Caitlin Cox and Nelson, son.
But she earned herself a total once she got her opener, and that's really why you don't want to gamble with the opener. It's not the time to.
That's all your hard work. Done
That's
and
right. It
gone.
could be down the drain real quick if you don't nail your opener. Caitlin from South Africa, 5 kilo jump. Hasn't missed a deadlift, looking to go a deadlift yet, looking to go 3 for 3. Looks a little heavy.
To the ground.
Looks a little heavy.
No lift for Caitlin, unfortunately not getting that bar before, but nevertheless, smiles all round. What a great way to end her competition today.
145 kilo being loaded on the bar.
From Lithuania with 145, just shy of 300.
A Lithuanian
Lift is good. Platform.
putting together a nice total if she gets it, 332.5 kilo. It's a 10 kilo jump, nice size jump,
Very exciting.
and you're starting to see the scorecard, why everybody's all eyes on this platform.
Taking her kicks from some Macedonia over there.
Bars loaded, Gabby up. Come on, Gabby!
And that's a
Whoa, she fights.
action going on platform 2. To Laura.
Should be good for 3 white lights. Yep.
Nice lockout, Gabby.
Drill.
Nice lockout, Gabby.
Coach and Matthew, very
No
happy
question
about
those
that.
shoulders were back.
Congratulations.
And Anastasia from Kazakhstan, 145 kilo. Let's take another look
45 on
at Dolores' pole. Look at these shoulders rolled back.
Let's hear from Anastasia, everyone.
Bar even got lower because the shoulders were
She
so
was
far back.
definitely not going to get called with the shoulders not being forward. And Anastasia from Kazakhstan, 145 kilo being loaded on the bar.
Hey, Vic.
She was very patient last
What was
time.
the,
Yes,
She
she
is
was.
again.
Patience
Don't
is a virtue,
say
but her
much.
back is gone. You could tell by the other angle she had unfortunately lost her back.
There's where you get into a position where
Right.
you
Yeah.
just can't really get anywhere.
And you know what? It's not even necessarily a technical thing. If the weight's just too heavy, you know. Sometimes the lifter comes off, asks the coach, "What could I have done?" On that day, nothing. On that day, nothing. She left it on the platform there. Daria from the Ukraine. She is pulling. If she gets this, she moves into first place, and she's banking on the pole missing her third attempt. So this could be a gold medal lift. She needs to do her part by hitting it. And she does her part.
Easy lift there.
And it's 2 white lights.
Now she's in the gold medal position.
We'll see if it's
Two
enough.
lifters to go. If they miss their lifts, she maintains.
Serious contention on platform 2, everyone. We've got a battle going on here for first, second, and third. Right,
battle is heating up.
145 for her lift, her last lift.
Excuse me, 4 lifters to go.
Masaki. Watch the scoreboard close, everybody. This platform is starting to get really hot out here.
Yeah, this is definitely heating up. Now Masaki from Japan, 145 kilo on the bar, looking to redo her second attempt.
It was a little heavy for her on the last attempt, but
Yeah.
we'll see if she can summon the strength to pull this one.
You know, sometimes they do. They weren't even close second attempt, come back and hit it on the third. Whoa. Nope.
Just tipping on back on her
Just a
heels.
little heavy for her.
Pushing no lift, Masaki. Nevertheless, still with the competition.
Amelia Maycock from Great Britain, conservative 2.5 kilo jump.
Bars loaded.
1.5 for Amelia.
Oh, excuse me, 7.5 kilo jump.
With Megan Mason. Okay, got
Looking to go 3 for 3.
Amelia Maycock.
And we talked about individual events getting medals, and this would put her into third place.
The lift is good for South Africa.
If she hits this, the bronze is assured in the deadlift event, and it looks like she might walk away with the bronze medal. Does she get the lockout? She does. And there's the deadlift event bronze medal for Amelia Maycock from Great Britain. Now here's,
Pulling for third place.
she's pulling for third.
You is currently going to be pulling for
Just
bronze
2.5
medal.
kilo increase.
If she gets this lift, everybody, she will be going with
She will move into bronze medal position,
from Japan.
briefly move into first place for the deadlift event. She
She
certainly doesn't look scared.
She wants the bronze medal. Bars loaded on one, Hannah Chan, Great Britain. This is for the bronze medal for Japan.
Whoa! That should be good for the bronze overall. And there's your bronze medal finalist. Yet to be seen what medal she gets in the deadlift event.
And it's a good lift on platform 1 as well.
And here it is.
Anytime. Annalise.
Another recap.
55.
Very patient. Hips go forward. Shoulders back.
So Liz originally put a record, but she lowered it now to
Annalise for gold on this
155
class. She's
to
currently-
pull for the win.
Liz had a placeholder nomination just so she was going to go last, so she could see what she would have to pull.
Oh, loaded. Let's hear it for Ida.
And this is a 2.5 kilo increase, and she absolutely smoked her second attempt. I would bet $1 million she hits this.
Let's go. Come on, Ida.
That's on the record. That might have been foolish of me, but I don't think you're going to hold it to me, Clifton. Let's see
would
what
not
happens.
take that bet.
Gina, did you see that?
And I believe this is your current world champion.
And that puts her into contention. Coach is happy. I'm waiting for the last night.
The lift is good.
Lift is good. And there's your world champion, 63 sub-junior, Ida Liz of Poland.
Thumbs up or down.
Quite the scrap. Just 2.5 kilo behind her
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up
is
our
the
segment.
Ukrainian,
Thumbs down.
and then the Japanese lifter pulling for the bronze and sealing the deal.
That was a battle. That was a real
We had
battle.
promised
Well
a
done, ladies.
63
Well
kilo
done,
fight,
coaches.
and you got
Well done,
one.
coaches. Thank you,
Don't go
sponsors.
anywhere. We're going to take a small break and come back with the medal ceremony.
Take a break for your ears.
Change.
Otherwise, turn your eyes to platform 1.
Change, Vicky.
We're just going to do a quick recap here. Champ, thank you very much for tuning in, for sitting
for
down
having
in with
me,
me.
man.
It's been a pleasure, especially with the deadlift event, you being a world champion and obviously breaking the world record in deadlifts. I'm glad you set in on this session in particular. It was a hell of a fight, came down to
It
the
gave
last
me a lot
deadlifts.
of memories from last night.
That's
I'll tell you
right, that's
that.
right. You're still not recovered yet.
Oh.
Get yourself some sleep. I know you didn't sleep well because you were still riding high. Much appreciated. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be back with the medal ceremony.
Hey, thanks.